Good morning, everyone. I'm Lingyun from Zhejiang University. I'm sharing with you the hot topic, the Metaverse. Today, everyone is talking about this new concept, include those leading internet giants, the investors who are eagerly looking for projects, and the researchers and educators who need to lead or follow the cutting-edge topics. Some people believe that Metaverse is the successor to the internet. Some people believe that Metaverse is a rare or even unique golden opportunity for the young entrepreneur. So what exactly are we talking about when we talk about the Metaverse? First, let's start with the topics that arise during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Metaverse, digital fashion, and digital art. Even if the Metaverse concept is still in its infancy, it cannot stop big companies from jumping into the Metaverse with fervor. In the year of 2021, Roblox, a digital creation platform, went public with a more than 40 billion company valuation. It's regarded as the first stop in the Metaverse. Facebook announced that it would increase its investment in the Metaverse. In October 2021, Facebook changed its name to Meta. Zuckerberg believed that Metaverse could be the next central social platform and renaming Facebook as part of his bet on Metaverse. In April 2021, NVIDIA introduced Omniverse. Omniverse is a simulation platform to create virtual 3D worlds. Omniverse brings together geographically dispersed teams and allows creators, designers, and engineers to build virtual worlds collaboratively. These influential companies have pushed the concept of the Metaverse into a public spotlight. However, the supporting technology deserves more attention. First is AI. Here, I want to share with you about AI-powered design. The ideal Metaverse will need to contain millions of digital content, such as images, videos, 3D scenes, virtual objects, etc. The cost for creating or designing such a large amount of high-quality content will be tremendous if it only demands on human labor. To reduce cost and improve efficiency, companies have been trying to introduce AI into design process to provide brainstorming support or automatically design something. Now, there are characteristics when introducing AI into design. First, high volume. AI often generates or designs something in seconds or minutes, which is far faster than we could do with human content producers alone. Second is high quality. Initially, AI was not reliable and trustworthy compared to human designers, but AI has upgraded or evolved recently. Some AI generators or AI designers are already able to generate practically applicable content, an image, a video, a piece of music, or a 3D project, or a 3D object. Third is beginner-friendly. The powerful AI generator or AI designer will automatically do the hard work. All users need to do is enter simple commands. With the help of AI, everyone today can create many pieces of content with high quality. For example, AI has been used in computer games to automatically generate personalized content in level design, character design, and animation design. Different behaviors of the game player will trigger unpredictable follow-up events. thus creating a unique game experience for each user. At Zhejiang University, my research team cooperated with Alibaba to solve the design challenge of e-commerce platform. For example, we use AI to design banners for promotion automatically. We use AI to edit and compile short videos for millions of online sellers. We even use AI to generate background music to build personalized virtual shopping environments. This work has already delivered critical economic benefits for Alibaba. The second part is about HCI, the human-computer interaction. Human-computer interfaces enable users to interact with the computer and access cyberspace in real time. Today, these revolutionary HCI technologies are mature and commercialized. First is touchscreen. Currently, the most commonly used interactive device is touchscreen devices, such as smartphones, iPad. Due to its portability, users can access cyberspace almost anytime, anywhere. The emergence of new interactive technologies brings more possibilities for human-computer interaction. For example, virtual reality, VR. VR requires a headset device to create a completely immersive experience that shuts out the physical world, using other input and output equipment such as gloves and motion simulator. The user will be transported into a new environment that's totally different from the real world. Then let's talk about AR, the augmented reality. AR adds a virtual element, usually in a 3D form, to a live view, often captured by the phone camera. So it is easy to get access to AR using smartphone or glasses. Then it's about brain-computer interface, the BCI. BCI is the direct communication pathway between the human brain and external devices. BCI was initially used to help paralyzed people control excessive devices. Recently, researchers are exploring ways to apply BCI in the area of multimedia and environment. For example, using the BCI as an input device to interact with AI application. Interaction of VR and AR create an immersive and engaging experience. When introducing multi-sensory interaction, we can have a brandly new human-computer interaction scenario. For example, my colleagues in Alibaba are developing Refinity, an interactive holographic signage for shopping. This is a 2-minute video. technology is the blockchain. As more and more users flock into Metaverse, identity management has been a key concern. Blockchain might be a solution to security verify the digital identity and protect the personal information of users when they move through the Metaverse. As imagined by Neil Stephenson, companies and individuals in the Metaverse will participate in economic activity such as trade and investing. Digital assets in cyberspace will be linked to the real-world economic activity. However, hacks and data breaches pose potential threat to economic activity. Using distributed ledgers, the blockchain can record all economic activities, including value, production, storage, distribution, exchange, and consumption. These three technologies are not only supporting the Metaverse, they are also transforming some other areas or even creating some new concepts. For example, the fashion industry. Fashion industry based on digital clothing. The first example is about some brand who are releasing their new season collections with the VR game. The second one, Gucci, released its first virtual sneaker after paying 78 RMB. You can virtually try them through AI and post the pictures on social media. Please pay attention here. They are not selling physical sneakers. They are selling virtual sneakers. You cannot put the sneakers on your feet physically. You can only wear them virtually. And of course, you are encouraged to share photos or videos of your virtually wearing the sneakers on your social network. And some other companies, for example, DressX is a virtual clothing retail platform. Customers can upload their own photo to get a digital look or try it on AR. They believe that the amount of clothing produced today is way greater than humanity needs, but we need more virtual clothes. Also, the art industry is facing changes, and the new art trends are related to digitalization. As a token stored on the blockchain, NFT can provide a reliable way to claim and track ownership of a unique virtual asset. For example, cyberpunks containing 10,000 unique punk-style pixel avatars. This is the first generation application of NFT and crypto art. The pandemic forced the museum to offer digital alternatives such as virtual exhibition to communicate with the audience. So the digital reconstruction of cultural artifacts is increasingly used, not only for the sake of preserving cultural heritage, but also to make the information, the important content accessible and affordable to researchers and the general public. Physical artworks are easy to show off. Simply frame them and put them above a fireplace or in a gallery. But in the case of digital artworks, creators and collectors can struggle to showcase their collections. So there are many companies providing solutions like digital frames. Digital frames might be the coolest way to showcase your art, while printed NFTs allow you to display still images. Digital displays, those digital frames, allows you to exhibit NFTs that exist in the form of videos or GIFs. Then let's come to the second part. So there are different areas we are talking about: the metaverse, digital fashion, digital art. But these areas are reminding us of a same fact. We are stepping into HCPS, a human society, cyberspace, physical space system. Traditionally, our world is composed of the physical space and the human society, which can be called as the human physical system. With the evolution of technologies, as I mentioned, AI, HCI, blockchain, coupled with the COVID-19 pandemic, accelerating the digitalization in all fields, cyberspace has been expanding into an important pole in addition to the physical space and the human society. The world is gradually shifting from the human physical system to the human cyber physical system. The cyberspace is adding new dimensions to the world, which is transforming every aspect of the human experience. So when we talk about the metaverse, we are not only talking about the overhyped concept, not a science fiction future. We are actually talking about the convergence of these three spaces and the opportunities that come with it. Here we identified 6 transitions that might serve as the bridge to connect the three spaces together. First is physical to virtual transition. Physical to virtual transition is the process of transforming physical objects into virtual objects that can be displayed, disseminated, and modified in cyberspace. The fidelity of transition is worth considering. For example, computer graphic technologies such as 3D laser scanning and 3D construction help to achieve automatic high-precision 3D reconstruction in realistic style. Through the realistic style, although the realistic style can be highly immersive, it has high requirements for algorithms and computing resources. Some of the existing games adopt the symbolic style, partly because of the technology constraints on rendering and network bandwidth. Taking Minecraft and Roblox as examples, the physical objects are simplified into pixelated Lego-like blocks. The objective of physical to virtual transition is not only to make a virtual copy of the physical world, but to provide the experience in cyberspace that physical space cannot offer. For example, cyberspace can break the constraints of time and space and provide a shopping experience that is difficult to achieve in reality. In the example of virtual shopping, instead of strolling through a website, users can walk through the immersive virtual store, find the best fit, and have it delivered to their doorstep. They can even invite friends to shop alongside via a video call, creating a true social commerce experience. And also, the virtual format allows almost anyone to duplicate, to reauthor, and disseminate the object in cyberspace, thus employing the customer to design and configure the virtual items to their taste. Users can be active participants in the design and creation process. Contrary to physical to virtual transition, the virtual to physical transition process transforms virtual items created by users into manufacturable forms. Though some brands have encouraged users to customize virtual products in cyberspace, few of these virtual products can be really manufactured as physical products and sold to the users. People can only try on the personalized stores. For example, people can only try on the personalized shoes in cyberspace through AI, through VI, but cannot wear the shoes designed on their own in real life. So the reason is that the virtual product designed by users do not contain manufacturing requirement, manufacturing speculation, such as craft and production steps. So in this research, when customization occurs in cyberspace, the customers will directly and wholeheartedly participate in the design, creating more unforeseen variety. In the fashion industry, some company has attempted to generate a production-ready tech pack that introduces all physical properties of customized virtual garment. To produce the virtual items according to the manufacturable speculations produced by the virtual to physical transition, it's necessary for manufacturer to shift from traditional manufacturing to unmanned manufacturing, which means that products are only manufactured when needed. So, for example, in the field of electric vehicle, skateboard chassis is different to traditional chassis in that the engine and the power source for the vehicle is enclosed within the chassis. The skateboard chassis allows for generator flexibility and customization for people's needs. Customers can use the skateboard as the blank state upon which they can build their own masterpiece. The fourth one is flexible logistics. The customer continues to go digital, demanding more speed and responsiveness. In terms of logistics, the flexibility refers to adjusting the inventory, the packaging, warehousing, and transportation of physical products to meet customer needs quickly and effectively. Using big data in logistics is transforming from a nice to have into a must-have feature. For example, according to the 2021 third-party logistics study, the majority of shippers use some technology to plan supply, demand, sales, and operations. What's more, new manufacturing approach has emerged to provide an alternative in how products are delivered. During the pandemic, there have been a variety of supply chain issues due to the travel bans and the delivery difficulties. To reduce these risks, companies are switching to distributed manufacturing. The fourth one is avatar. Avatar refers to the digital representation of a human being in cyberspace. To map users to cyberspace is a challenging task. Most of the existing avatars not only reflected the virtual appearance of the user. Today, most of the existing avatars only reflected the virtual appearance of the user, but an avatar can reflect more information than the appearance. For example, digital twins are typically used for physical objects such as a plane, cars. Researchers have begun to think about the potential of a digital twin of a human. Also, there have been a variety of tools that can automatically create an avatar from a single cell file, but the users still need more choices in the style. Then the sixth one is a virtual idol. The virtual idol, also called the virtual influencer or virtual celebrity, is a computer-generated media celebrity that bears a close resemblance to humans. As a virtual character that inhabits in cyberspace and aims to attract real users, the virtual idol is an important bridge that connects the cyberspace to the human society. Nowadays, creating a virtual idol that looks like a real person is still costing. Technologies such as AI and computer graphics can facilitate the design and development of the visual image of virtual idol. After seeing this potential of virtual idols, many small and medium entrepreneurs, those companies are also trying to establish their own virtual idols. However, technological costs to build a virtual idol remain extremely high. So there is an urgent need for a low-cost virtual idol creation platform which can enable entrepreneurs to effectively customize their own virtual idol. The vision of virtual idol is to build an AI company that can read, can see, AI company that can read, see, listen, remember, self-learn, and understand the user's emotion. For example, chatbot Xiaobing is much more than a chatbot. It makes AI with emotions and wins over millions of fans. She has a staggering 600 million online users worldwide. And while they know she's not real, many prize her as a dear friend and even a trusted friend. In addition to being a virtual idol and companion, Xiaobing is using new AI capacities to create patterns based on words, themes, and, for example, colors. With the COVID-19 pandemic accelerating the convergence of physical and digital, coupled with the evolution of complementary and emerging technologies, the metaverse seems poised to expand into every sphere of human activity. So there are many emerging new ecosystems. For example, the healthcare, the education, the e-commerce, the society. Let's give you one example in the e-commerce system. So imagine how the metaverse will affect shopping. The chain from a conception to the customers include design, manufacturing, sell, and deliver. From the perspective of HCPS, it's a process that starts from the physical space and ends in the human society. The e-commerce platforms offer unprecedented convenience and speed in the stage of selling and delivery. For example, live streaming and key opinion leaders are the most popular sales method in China now. In traditional e-commerce, the two key activities are recommend and select. The e-commerce website and apps are constantly recommending products that customers may be interested in. And what customers to do is to select from the product recommended by the algorithms. With the development of cyberspace, a new chain will emerge in cyberspace. The new chain includes the design and the process of virtual objects, then virtual selling, then the interaction between users and the virtual object. In the current chain, the user is a passive participant until the sales stage. They can only choose among the products that have already been produced and recommended. But in the future, the programmable nature of virtual objects will enable users to participate in the design process. Customers will become active users. They can design something and then buy it in the virtual world. So the key activities will transform from recommend and select to create and share, especially for personal products such as cars, garments, etc. So customers no longer passively choose from the goods recommended by the seller, but actively create items that do not yet exist according to their own ideas. The physical to virtual transmission and the virtual to physical transmission will build bridges between the two parallel chains. Take garments as an example. Existing physical shoes can be transformed into editable virtual format. Then users can customize their own personalized shoes in cyberspace based on the virtual format. The process step will prepare the virtual shoes for display and mainstream usage, which usually include 3D modeling, rendering, and content compression. Then the shoes can be sold in virtual stores or virtual fashion shows. Customers can virtually wear the shoes of their avatar through human-computer interaction technologies such as VR and AR. If the customers want to get a tangible pair of shoes, want to get tangible personalized shoes in real life, they can transform the virtual shoes to a manufacturable format through virtual to physical transmission. So the shoes can be manufactured in the physical space and finally delivered to their hands. So going back to the areas mentioned earlier, so there are some key questions we need to be aware of. For example, the data privacy, identify fraud concerns, sustainability, and user experience. But everything is possible in the metaverse. A quick summary. The rise of metaverse indicates the expansion of cyberspace, implying that the world is shifting from the human physical system to the human cyber physical system. When we talk about the metaverse, we are not just talking about the latest changes of companies like Meta. We are discussing how the metaverse will encourage the new technologies, and the new technologies can shape the way we do business, the way we live our lives, and the way we create a better world. With that, I'd like to end my sharing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Professor Sun, for your keynote presentation. Very, very interesting. I think the metaverse is really a very cool technology. And that's why there are so many hot questions, coming from the audience. So I'll start with the first question. Do you think the development of metaverse will make people less sociable, which may elevate the risk of mental illness for our children?
Okay, that's a very cool question. So I think when we talk about the metaverse, we are not talking about the concept brought by some leading companies. So we are not talking about a VR world or a VR social platform. We are talking about that there are so many new technologies, the AI, HCI, blockchain, and these new technologies will change the way we study, the way we inventing, the way we create something, will change everything. So I don't think we need to worry about, okay, maybe so many people will spend too much time in the virtual world. So what we can do, what we need to pay attention is how we can use these new technologies and maybe the idea of the metaverse to change the way we create the next generation of education, the next generation of, for example, industry. So this is what I want to share with everyone.
Thank you, Prof. Sun. I'm glad that the metaverse is less of a social issue. Let me go to the second question. Except for young people, how does metaverse benefits the elderly and people in the developing countries and the region? Okay.
So as I mentioned, so we are not only talking about a social network. If we are not only talking about the social network, then we need to worry about the elderly people, those developing countries. So this is only a concept brought us by especially Facebook and Roblox company like this. But if we are bringing the technologies into other areas, everyone can enjoy the technologies. For example, the elderly people can using the metaverse to enjoy more medical services, healthy services. The developing country can using metaverse to get more opportunities for their further development. So everyone has the right, everyone has the opportunity to take part in the metaverse. So as long as we are not only focusing in the social media concept, everyone can enjoy the metaverse benefits.
So I'm glad that Metaverse is for everyone, not just for the young, and is for the developing and also the developed countries. Thank you. I think this question is more from the enterprise point of view. I think probably is from a company. So we all know that many Chinese industry players are venturing into the Metaverse. Mm. And a Metaverse with Chinese characteristic can become a 8 trillion market, which is really huge. This participant would like to know, how is China's Metaverse different from the rest of the world? I believe you are the best person to answer this question.
Okay. So this is a very cool question. So first of all, even we only talk about the social media concept of the metaverse. So when we talk about the metaverse, I don't think there is only one unique metaverse. Everything is in one universe. In each area, we need different metaverse. For example, in education area, for example, if SUTD want to set up a metaverse university, this is totally different from all the other metaverses. So here we need to attract more students, more professors, more education resources, and invest some technologies to build a very attractive metaverse, but only focusing in the area of education. But for social media, maybe we need another metaverse. For healthcare, we need another metaverse. For those elderly people, maybe they need another metaverse using totally different devices to enter this verse. So basically, a metaverse is not, I don't think we only need one metaverse. We need thousands of metaverses. So everyone has the opportunity. In China, I think there are so many companies trying to find a position, trying to set up their own metaverse. But the challenge is we are setting a metaverse, but we still need something physical. We need something real from the real world. So we are not encouraging all the companies, everyone to spend so much time in the virtual world. It's very important that we are using the metaverse to benefit our industries, to change, to improve our living quality. So that's the meaning. I think that's very important for all the metaverses. So when we talk about the metaverses market share, I don't think that's the aim or the target we need to focus. The aim is how can we use metaverse to change the physical world, to change the human world. That's the most important thing.
So thank you. We can't imagine that even the virtual world, the meta world, can have so much potential and opportunity. So I'm very mindful about the time. I will take the last question because just now you also talk about the education. So this participant would like to know, what does education need to do to prepare for the metaverse?
Okay, that's a very good question. So today, metaverse is more like a business concept. It's more like a business model issue. So in terms of technology and the methods we need to learn in universities, I think the current education system is actually ready, especially in SUTD And in Zhejiang University, we have, for example, the DAI program, the ISTD program. We have so many programs, so many pillars. And we were already providing so many courses, and we are helping our students to prepare for the coming metaverse. But the challenge may be what's not prepared in place, maybe at the engineering and application level. So as a student, I think we need to keep an open mind and keep learning and learn how to use this tool, these technologies we are learning on campus at a university, and to create something for the metaverse. So metaverse is nothing new. It's only a business model. We still have the knowledge. We still have the tool. What we need is to answer the challenges, to provide solutions to the challenges.
So Professor Sun, thank you so much for your presentation. We really learn a lot from you today, and we hope that this metaverse will bring our two universities closer together to do a lot more important work for our two universities, our two countries, and also the world. Thank you again.
Thank you.